All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another month here in VertXIdol Alliance. And here it is October of 2021. It's been a little while since I've jumped into this. It's starting to real time is starting to catch up with this again. So but that's okay. Let me see here. Not too much to say other than I got a couple shows this month. We're very close to being up to Tiny, which is kind of the first big milestone that we've got. We've survived a year. I think it's kind of impossible, I think, now with the way it is to lose before that. But, I mean, we're making our money. We've made at some level of profit. Doing okay with that. Sponsorship. I feel like we've made more money before. Maybe I'm going crazy. I probably just am going crazy. Because it looks like the finance-wise not happening the way I thought it did. Well, the economy in the wrestling industry is rising, so I'm not too worried about that. And it's doing the same thing in Japan, so ride the money wave while I can. So yeah, once again, 2 shows for Vertigo, 1 show for IdolPro. I think we'll have a bigger show, one of our bigger shows next month for IdolPro, but we'll have to get to that. I can move past that. Of course, showed a bunch of people who were staying and leaving, and some people that look, pretty okay. A lot of people who just will not. It's not like they'll sign with me anyway, so I don't really need to care too much about it. So I'll just kind of move along there. So I've got Black Label coming up in under 2 weeks. Idolfight coming up in just over 2 weeks. There we go. I did have an idea in my mind of running a smaller show throughout the at least for IdolPro, running a smaller show with just the exclusive people, because I do have probably like a dozen or so, maybe less, that are not signed with anyone other than me. So that might be a decently good idea to actually sign. You know what I should do, because I do know we did actually set this up. Well, actually, for this one, is this pretty much? Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll at least pre-book the main event. That might help. We'll see. Ram, Miyomomono. Put that there. And Royal Spirit. Whoops. Title. I want to say it looks like 22. There we go. Because I think that should help. I'm not sure how much boost I actually get based off of the pre-booking at this size, because it's a very small size. It'd be nice if there was a little bit bigger bump with that, but I'm not going to worry too much. We did have Tommy Mercer defending the title against Ricky Starks, and it looks like I want to go 21 with that. So Vertigo World title. Whoops. There we go. We'll see if that does anything, gives us a little bump. Might be a little bit different than when I was doing it with people who really weren't huge, but I guess we'll find out. All right, let's see here. Anybody, anything? Injury sidelines, Mojo, wrestling couples split. People I don't know. Just people staying at their positions. So nothing big there. Other people on my short list getting job offers. That's not too surprising, honestly. I might look into a new signing because I lost like 1,400 last month. But that was after I gave like 3,500 or so in bonuses. So I have a feeling that if I take that, if I think about that, then I'd probably only be like what? I'd probably make I probably would have made $1,500, $2,000. Jeff Jarrett staying with WWE. Oh, you know what I should do? You know what I should do just for just because it seems inevitable that it's going to Matt Taven won the okay. Well, it's the television title. It's not that bad. The School. Saya Ida kicked out of Stars. They could take everyone they could possibly get right now. Saki Kashmir press conference. Oh, she's been training. Okay. People there, nothing, not much of anything. Okay. I want to do a little something because it's probably not even going to benefit me, but I just want to do this because it seems inevitable that it's going to happen. I have no idea. Oh, boy. Let me see here. Left the business? No, sir. He's active. He should technically probably be semi-active, but I'm not gonna worry about that. This man is active. Let's see here. Lightweight, middleweight. Okay. Loyalty. Well, he certainly doesn't have loyalty. Well, at least not as a... Oh, should it be wrestler or occasional wrestler? Because I really feel like he'd probably be more occasional wrestler than anything. He'd certainly be a color commentator. On-screen personality. And let's go occasional wrestler. How about that? Oh, damn. Well, that's silly. Why is that here if I can't do that? That's just silly. Ugh. Why is that a thing? Why do you allow that in the editor, but I can't actually do it? This ridiculous how many year old programming language that this was made in, and the rules of this game not allowing me the opportunity. That's all right, I guess. Let's see. See if there's anybody else. I think pretty much anything at this point, it's just people staying with where they're at because now they're signing the contracts that was offered to them. Medical wise, right. Nothing big there. We got any? No, we don't have any medical issues there, so we can just go on ahead. That's very silly that I can't reactivate somebody. I feel like I bet you if I made him deceased, it'd be fine. I could kill him. I bet you. It's like, oh, he left the business, but now he's actually dead. Is it just one of those things they want to try to keep it semi-realistic? They're not allowed to just reactivate somebody? Okay. Because I think even because they've left the business, you're not actually able to talk to them either. Like, it doesn't matter how big you are. Like, I'm pretty sure you couldn't even talk to him because he left the business. Yeah. Which I also find silly. Because I feel like if you're going to make a game, even in 2020, we're very clearly at a point in the wrestling business where you could pretty much talk anybody back into a wrestling ring. If that person is not Stone Cold Steve Austin, you can talk them back into a wrestling ring. But of course, for some odd reason, you're just not able to do that. I think they can rejoin the business if they want. That might be a thing, but it does seem weird. Like, I feel like if they've left the business, it should be a thing where you have to offer them a lot of money, but it's not a huge deal. You could definitely do it. Is Seedling just grabbing a bunch of Stardom girls now? Or is that... It looks like those exclusive handshake contracts are starting to wear off. I'm amazed with how many shows these people do, by the way, with these fairly expensive people. And they seem to at least make money compared to me. Maybe it's because they're already big enough to keep that going, I guess. Nothing. Buff Bagwell hangs his boots up. Bob Murdoch. Okay, so not really anything. The BB Hulk win the Dream Gate. Open the Dream Gate. He did. Ah, fucking BB Hulk. God damn it. All right. Well, we're at least moving along pretty quickly here. Just a few days until Friday, and then we've got our Vertigo show. Pro Cherry quit Ice Ribbon. She's completely unemployed, but she's also 47, so I'll be happy to bring her in to job her out, I think. Let me see. Failed to deliver a payment. It's a breach of trust. They have no intention of using her again. She's probably going to retire soon at her age. She's already had two. Well, she hasn't had an injury in nearly a year. None of that's all too bad. Ooh. She's got some popularity behind her. We'll shortlist her for right now. We'll see if she just decides to up and quit wrestling in general. If she decides to up and retire, then there's at least that, but all right, let's see. Anything else? Nothing going on. That's always nice. Just kind of get through all the days here. I see a lot of the processing workers and everything. I think a lot of that doesn't even come down to what you have this on, because no matter how good your computer is or how fast you're writing stuff to like the hard drive, I don't think it really matters all that much. Rob Van Dam in the WWE Hall of Fame. Hey, that happened in real life. Earl Hebner's retiring. Diamond Dallas Page is retiring. I think he's already completely retired at this point. Torn quad sign on. No, Punchy. How old is he, by the way? 35. He's not nearly as old as I thought he was. Uh-oh. Sean Spears broken pelvis. Ooh, few months. And he's like 40, isn't he? Yeah, he's 40. All right. Get to Friday. I hope I didn't forget anything. I don't think I forgot trying to get anybody, so. Let's see. Nothing much going on. AAA Latin American champion. Not much else. Cool. So nothing really much of note as far as anything that really happened in the last couple of weeks besides the very first day that we were kind of looking at with the people who were getting cut from WWE. Wait, what? Oh, was it Sunday? Am I a dummy? It's Sunday, isn't it? Not Friday. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. Okay. I'm a dummy. I thought it was Friday. I'm very used to doing them on Fridays. Tam Nakano joins Sendai Girls. That probably be okay, but I don't know. She doesn't really fit in with the aesthetic. All right, let's see here. Not much. Kimberly sideline serious viral infection. Rebby Sky had a baby. Okay. All right. Now we get to the show. All right. 127. They're expecting 163 people. I don't think that's even a huge uptick from what we had. 151. That's a little bit of an uptick with a match booked. All right. Well, the good news is throughout most of this, I've actually pre-booked stuff, so all I got to do is just sort of dump them in here. And just sort of go bit by bit here. Let's see. Jerome Daniels, Gunnar Miller. That says 15. Looks like Daniels gets the win. We'll go open match. Open match. There we go. Decisive. There's that. Add an angle. Let's see. Lockout current not written. So we need Darius Lockhart and we need Timmy Lou Retton. I guess Jerome Daniels is in there too, so we could just do that. All right. Looks like 4 minutes there. We're using his charisma, and he just stands there. Stand there, look pretty, take some momentum. Here we go. All right. And we got Taylor Wyndham. Taylor Wyndham coming in. Let's do charisma and a minor success. And there you go. Jerome's a new side. Jerome's been around for a while. I think he was a day one signing, if I remember right. Because it'll probably say he's been around for a year, right? Oh, shit. Must be in the roster page, right? Because I think, yeah, the guys who've been here for a year will say it. I think Jerome Daniels has been here since the beginning. Oh yeah, picture. A little bit of a picture change. I would say most of the guys, besides I think maybe a couple, I actually updated some pictures and put a nice background to a lot of them. So we'll have that. Speaking of, we got, let's see, tag match. Toss that up here. We got Flip Forever, and we got the Regal Twins. There we go. I see 14 minutes total. And I think Everett getting the win here. We'll do open match, but they're going to go all out. It's really getting to the border of an all out match, but yeah, decisive win. That should do it. Good there. Pretty clean win there for Flip Forever. Book that. I like how I do kind of, it takes me a while for some reason to just sort of like type everything out and get it there, but it makes the actual streams go a little bit faster. That's always nice because, you know, even when I'd book a couple of 2-hour shows for Hawkeye Pro, that'd still be at least 2 hours. Charisma. Minor successes on both because they're throwing out a challenge. And do that angle. Plop that in there. That's 2 minutes. This is Effie Vignette. We'll do his charisma. Maybe his acting. His acting, I think actually he's one of the better. I think that's actually a higher skill for him. No, it's more his charisma, but maybe upgrading his acting would be, yeah, we'll do his acting. Why not? There we go. Toss up here to help Chris Dickinson get some momentum, more momentum. I think he's got a shitload of momentum. Yeah, he's hot right now, so one-on-one with Facade. I see 14 minutes. This is obviously a Dickinson win right here. Let's go open. Why not? I don't know if either one, I don't know. There might not be much of a split. Let me see here. We got a 16 in the Midwest and a 14. Yeah, so it's pretty even anyway, but that's all right. Decisive win, though. He puts him down pretty decisively. Go and get an angle here. We got Chris Dickinson calling Effie out. Whoops. But Effie specifically is off screen, but it'll kind of help build that. Dickinson's charisma will help carry that. Is that 3 minutes? That is 3 minutes. All right. We are zipping right along. I like this. This just needs to be the future of my TEW streams. I think even once I start doing the 1920s stuff, doing the stuff in the 20s, I might have to pre-book all that stuff too, segment by segment, and time it out and just have that all done beforehand. Let's see, Tyree. Complaining. Caleb Conley comes out. So charisma for both these guys. Get an impromptu match. We'll do that. How about that? Tyree and Caleb Conley. There we go. We're looking at 15 minutes. And Tyree getting the win. Should it go open? And decide. Well, I'm kind of building Tyree a little bit. 19 to Caleb Conley's 17. You know what? I might do a little bit of cheating here. So we can do an open match and then Tainted. Actually, we'll do, instead of Tainted, we'll do Flash Pinfall. I think that's slightly better. I think that's like the middle ground between Tainted and an Absolute. I think between decisive and tainted is at least a roll up. There we go. That's 2 minutes. That involves Heath Slater or Heath Miller being talked to by Kyler Khan. So both of them using their charisma. Book that. Might as well stay around and watch. Yeah, might as well. I wish they had like update notes. I don't think they do, but I really wish they had update notes so I knew who was actually put in there. Because they used to do it the first few times they did it, and I think once it changed to one of the new people. It's clean, but it's not an all-out win. Okay, yeah. See, I think that's a nice middle ground, because I don't need him cheating to beat Caleb Conley. He is a step above Caleb Conley, but I would like Conley to be at least somewhat competitive. Let's see here. We've got the Tate twins that are going to be part of this. Brandon Tate, Brent Tate. They're going to be stopped by Nick Dinsmore and confronted. I don't think their charisma is going to do all that much, but we'll see. That 2 minutes. There you go. That's 12, 13. Let's see. I'm sorry, too much. Yeah. You know what I found out on the downside? I don't think I can do it here. Yeah, but I actually checked because I was like, you know what? Because I was like, this database I have and this save has CM Punk in it, but of course he's left the business and he's not active in it. But of course, after a lot of the things that's happened over the last week, especially last night, I was like, I should just like activate him. Don't have to do anything, and obviously I'm not big enough to sign him anyway, but just activate him. Not able to do it. Not in a save game. So it's like, all right, cool. Guess I'll go fuck myself. I mean, I guess I could probably. There'd be two CM Punks, so it probably wouldn't go very well, but I could probably like import a CM Punk that is active. But then again, like I said, I'd end up with two CM Punks in my save, and that would just be a pain. And let's see here. We are looking at the End and the Rascals. Is this the expanded mod? This is what is it? Real World Chronicles. So it's probably the nice. I would say it's the nice medium between something simplistic like Killing the Business and something that is insane like The Who. Because I think this might have like 3,000 or 4,000 people compared to like the 9,000 that The Who has. And it's a lot more than like the 1,000 or so that Killing the Business has. Yeah. I had double Batista. Well, not technically I had a Batista and fucking Mason Ryan. So I feel like it's slightly different. But yeah, I did have like double guys in the last one, and I'm trying to avoid that this time. Who's up around 14,000? Jesus H. Christ. I wonder if a lot of it, because I actually, God, it was probably a couple months ago when he was in here, and I was mentioning some of the new like trainees and stuff that some of the Joshi promotions have, and I mention that a lot of the new ones that have been wrestling for like a year or so aren't around yet, and I think he heard that. I don't know how many he's actually put in there, and yeah, there might be some people in there that I've mentioned. I might need to look into that, because yeah, last time I knew it was like 9,000 something, but I mean obviously mine's like outdated. I bet you it's in there now. I bet you if I look, the wrestlers that I would like to import in here will be in here. Let's go Pero. Actually, you know what? We'll give Odinson the big rub for this. RC is an expanded modder add-on to focus on indies and foreign promotions. I think I saw something like that. I think I did see that. Oh, that's your personal multiverse one? The Who's that? Okay, I was like, man, he added a lot of wrestlers in the last several months. I was pretty sure that man was at about 9,000. But then again, I don't know how much work he does on it. Got me a little excited, though, for a second. I was like, oh, damn, there's like 5,000 extra wrestlers. Then again, it's going to be people that like aren't really wrestling anymore. So there is the indies and foreign promotions. I might have to look at that because I think I remember hearing something about that and I just didn't do anything about it. I can't remember if there's overlapping or not in this. I'd probably have to look into it. Bunch of fictional characters, literally any wrestler I ever see, but it's a mess and not balanced. That's fine. I understand. I had my former roommate who did something like that before, where he added a lot of the local competitors around here. Let's see here. Marty. Jesse's got to sell because he's getting beat up. Ryan Davidson. Let's do his menace because he's kind of beating someone up and it's menacing, I guess. Minor success. Dinsmore will use his microphone skills. That won't be too much. It's calling out Marty, who's not on the screen. So we make a match. And I think we're good there. Almost there. Dun dun. Angle. All right, let's see here. It looks like Tim Donst. And let's see here. Charisma, minor success. 3 minutes. There we go. Looking for a fight. Main event. Oh, I already have that pre-booked. Derp. Pre-booking. Add it. World title. We've got, let's do open match. Decisive win. Starks ain't gonna like that, is he? Leave decision. Oh God, did I not do that? Jesus Christ, I'm a dummy. There we go. Yeah, he's very unhappy. I figured as much. You know what? I'll keep him strong. Why not? That make you happy? There you go. That makes you happy. All right, let me make sure everything's good there. It's an open match, a decisive win. Mercer retains. Starks kept strong. All right. I can run with that. All right, show ending angle. I hit everything, right? This should be 17, yep. Let's see. So we've got Tommy Mercer and AR Fox coming out. So he's selling and he's, I guess fighting would be a good one. Minor defeat, minor success. There we go. And I think we're good. Booking analysis, everything's fine there. 17 segments are booked at 144 minutes. That's exactly how I timed it out. So I think I hit all the little things I needed to hit. There we go. Let me drink of water real quick. Just make sure my throat isn't too dry for this. Allergies with like grass and pollen and all this crap in the heat. It's been a pain. All right. Save it and we will roll. All right. Vertigo's Black Label Volume 17 is live. 167 people here in the theater. And we have our opening contest. Jerome Daniels coming down, accompanied to the ring by Darius Lockhart, taking on Gunnar Miller. Goes just over 13 minutes, but Daniels ends up getting the win over Miller. Superb wrestling and decent reaction. A good start. In fact, a great start, honestly. A 50 is pretty nice, honestly, for that. But nonetheless, Jerome Daniels getting the win, showing some newfound life since his association with Lockhart. Speaking of which, Lockhart post-match ends up grabbing a microphone, calls out Timmy Lou Retton, which of course they've been talking to the last, they've been, trying to get into his head the last event or two. Retton does come out. He stands sort of pretty much at the entranceway, and Lockhart says that Retton seems to be a lost soul. Seems that he's not finding his way in the professional wrestling business, and perhaps with Lockhart's guidance, he can find he can find what he's looking for. Of course, he looks at Jerome Daniels, and he shows that Daniels has done quite well for himself thus far under his tutelage, and that he asks Retton to join them. Of course, Retton doesn't seem to say anything right now, just sort of backs back out into the entranceway. Doesn't really do or say anything, but that's how we go on. And as he does that, we get a breaking news report. Taylor Wyndham sitting at his desk in some sort of studio with papers all around him, breaking in with breaking news, and he says a radical new group is beginning to form within Project Vertigo. He says that people need to be on the lookout for the radical groups that are forming within this promotion. And he sort of just leaves it at that for right now. We get Flip Forever versus the Regal Twins. Fast-paced match, goes 11 and a half minutes. Andrew Everett ends up pinning Sterling Regal with a toe touch moonsault. And Flip Forever getting the win here. Seems like everyone did pretty good. Eli's getting better at his gimmick. He was kind of carried by everybody else, but everyone's kind of around the low 40s. That's not too bad. But nonetheless, decent little match out of these guys. And I guess we'll move on for right now. Tankman and Lamar have a vignette, a video posted. Comes up on the screen, and they said they've been fairly successful, although they did have a slight hiccup as far as challenging for the titles are concerned. So he says that they will be in Chicago for Black Label 18, and they're sending out the open challenge to any team to face them when they go out there at Logan Square Auditorium. And they just sort of leave it at that as we go on to another vignette, this showing Effie and sort of the mental degradation that he has had over the last few months, that he seems to have lost a lot of his charisma and a lot of his mojo, and has lost a lot of what has made him him. And he seems to not be handling the fact very well of the multiple losses that he has suffered over the last few months, and going through some sort of mental collapse. And we go to our next match. Speaking of, it's Chris Dickinson taking on one half of the Neon Ninjas Facade. Just goes under 12 and a half minutes here. Takes the Falcon Arrow, puts Facade away, and Chris Dickinson with another strong win here, especially after the loss in the six-man tag last month. And Dickinson, of course, Effie came out at the last event, and Dickinson did not appreciate that. And he insults Effie as a sad boy. Tells him that, he seems to be spending his life now tortured and depressed. And he says that the one mistake he did do was interfering in Chris Dickinson's business. And so he calls him out and tells him that he needs to get out here for a fight. And Effie does not respond. Even after the vignette, Effie is not there. And Dickinson is upset about that and, of course, takes the microphone and leaves. And we get Ty Ray coming out. Not happy about his matchup that involved Ricky Starks. And just not being able to challenge for the world title. Complains about not being a contender right now. Caleb Conley, of all people, come out to confront him. He tells him that, he seemed to have a lot of swagger and he seemed to consider himself the future, but now he's just sitting here complaining. Well, if he wants to prove himself, then why doesn't he fight him? And so we get an impromptu match between Ty Ray and Caleb Conley. Superb wrestling and decent reaction, goes just under 13 minutes. Caleb Conley put up a little bit bigger of a fight than Ty Ray was expecting. It was a superb match, honestly. One of our better matches we put on, a 56. And like I said, Conley held his own, but Ty Ray ended up with some sneaky maneuvers and eventually got him into a schoolboy and rolled him up. And Ty Ray getting the win over Caleb Conley. You said you interviewed him. Was that... I think that was for what? Chris Dickinson or Facade? Either way. There we go. I know Dickinson's been in GCW. Didn't Facade start wrestling GCW as well? I want to say I saw him doing that. Heath Miller is backstage. He's got his he's just sort of hanging out, and Kyler Khan comes up to him, dressed up in his polo and slacks, and freshly combed hair, and he's got a book in his hand, and tells Heath that he thinks Heath can become a successful wrestler one day. You interviewed Facade for the Wrestlers Lab for his debut, and then in the upcoming season 2. Nice. Very nice. But Kyler Khan with his book says that he wrote a book on how to become a successful professional wrestler, and he offers to hand sign a copy for Heath Miller to be able to read and help become successful in this business. Of course, he saw that some of the losses that Miller had recently occurred to the likes of Ricky Starks, and Miller, none too happy about that, reiterates that he had been in WWE for about 10 years. And Kyler Khan just basically says, yeah, and look where you're at now. So maybe read this book, free of charge, to help him become a successful wrestler. And we get the Tate twins. They're going out the building with their bags in their hand. And Nick Dinsmore, who's been running the show recently, catches up to them backstage as they're out their car, and Dinsmore asks them why the hell they're leaving now as we're getting up to the semi-main event to see who's challenging them in 2 weeks in Chicago. And the Tate twins say they don't care who wins between the End and the Rascals, only that they'll have a plan to defend the title successfully against them in 2 weeks. So they said, doesn't matter who it's going to be, they'll figure it out, but they need to start devising a game plan now to figure out a way to defend the tag titles. IWTV, do you know anything you need the masses to know? Not particularly at the moment. Let's see. The End versus the Rascals. The winner of this match will be challenging the Tate twins in 2 weeks. I think it's actually 1 week. In 1 week, next week in Chicago at Black Label Volume 18. The End versus the Rascals. It goes nearly half an hour, 28:59. Superb wrestling and good heat. Odinson ends up picking up Zachary Wentz, flies him around with the F10, and the End get the pin. And there is no more running for the Tate twins, as the End will challenge them once again for the Vertigo Tag Team Championships. Of course, excellent chemistry between both teams. That seems to make sense. 51, by the way. I wonder if it got a little, let me see, dragged in the middle. Yeah, it was probably a little too long, I bet. Let me see. Where's the bad sides? Penalized for limited length. Okay, so that's probably what it was. Is there was definitely a ceiling there for how long it was. We get to, it looks like we're going to have another match with Jesse Goddard from the Body Guys coming out. And as he makes his entrance, Ryan Davidson ambushes him before he can hit the ring. And reaches under, starts grabbing a chair, starts walloping Jesse Goddard with the chair. And Davidson is yelling out for Marty Martinez to get out there and face him. And instead we get Nick Dinsmore, who's been dealing with everything on this show. And he says that Ryan Davidson clearly wants his hands on Marty Martinez. And Dinsmore's going to get a hold of Martinez, and he's booking the match. Next week for Black Label Volume 18, it will be Ryan Davidson versus Marty Martinez. Falls count anywhere. And Ryan Davidson seems happy about that and tosses the chair down and begins to leave as referees tend to Jesse. Tim Donst comes out as this is all happening. Comes out in his normal street clothes and says he didn't have a match here, and but he plans to have a match next week in Chicago. Says that his wrestling ability didn't seem to do as much as he thought it would do, and he's looking to really showcase himself in a slightly different way. So he's bringing his street fighting jeans for a fight next week in Chicago. Throwing out the open challenge, wants anyone to come at him. He will be there at Logan Square Auditorium next week. And we get our main event, Tommy Mercer taking on Ricky Starks for the Vertigo World Championship. An exceptional match between the two, goes just over 20 minutes. No real BS going on here. Tommy Mercer picks up Ricky Starks, hits the Red Sky, gets the win. And Tommy Mercer with his first successful defense of the Vertigo World Championship. And of course, he ends the show holding the belt high, celebrating with the title. AR Fox runs in from the crowd, slides into the ring, and as Tommy Mercer turns around, AR Fox lays him out. Before Mercer can completely stand back up, AR Fox grabs the belt and wallops him again with it. And as Mercer's trying to get his senses back as he's nearly knocked out, AR Fox grabs the Vertigo title and stands over Tommy Mercer as the show ends with AR Fox, a returning AR Fox, standing strong over the fallen champion. 54, I will definitely take that. All right. Let me see here. You know what? I liked how Ty Ray worked. I really enjoyed that. I like how both Tommy Mercer and Ricky Starks had done. So you know what? I'm going to praise them all for their performances. I think that's probably a good idea. Pleased, pleased, and pleased. I will take it. All right. We got our next show here in just a few days, so that's pretty good. Nothing. A retirement. All right. Was he a wrestler? Okay. You know, I could probably use a new authority figure. Some sort of new commissioner, and a guy like Raven would probably do a great job. He also does color. Let me see what he does a 75 color. That's not bad at all. 75 color. His charisma's really good. I like that. How much does he cost? He costs $400 a show. All right. Wait, what? Is that actually I was like Masato Shibata, and then I looked at it and I'm like, that's Mad Polly. Is that his name? I'm amazed that he's not in here as Mad Polly, but there you go. I mean, I can't imagine he'd be literally anybody else unless he just took all the paint off. Logan Regal doesn't connect with the fans. He has little upside. Thank you, AR Fox. Appreciate it. We've made $589 so far. $2,800. That's not too bad. We paid extra money in bonuses and perks. So I think we can make some money. As long as we don't go completely ham, I think, with the costs. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to do the next show, which will be week 3. So like I said, week later, we're in Chicago. Make sure that's where we're going to be Sunday, week 3. All right. Cool. Go ahead and save that. There are so many things I probably should be doing right now that isn't this. I really want to do this, though, and kind of need to. Because I haven't done it. I haven't done it in quite a while. And, yeah. Mostly because I'm getting out of work early tomorrow. And on top of getting out of work early tomorrow, I've got a drive ahead of me. Going to a convention over the weekend to enjoy myself. So I should probably, I could get fresh clothes, but I'm pretty sure my clothes, I'm pretty sure I've got enough fresh clothes, honestly, to get me through anyway. So probably don't need to be too worried. Marvelous doing everything they can to keep themselves in business right now. 39 grand. Wow, they don't have that much more money than us, honestly. Can I look by... I used to be able to... Oh, it's probably in the editor. Can I look by... how much money? Yeah. I can look by how much money they have. Well, that doesn't make sense because they're not around. How about active? RevPro is at a loss right now. 01's gone. At least they should be. ICW is running at a small loss. And attack. I am surprised by some of these other companies still making some halfway decent money. I do like the fact that you can actually see how much money they're making now. You can see that Ice Ribbon's got quite a bit of money. We've got jack shit. Marvelous has less money than I thought. Then again, I think in real life they don't have a ton. Eve. Seedling. That's a lot of money for Seedling to have. And Sendai. Jesus Christ. Really? Shimmer and Shine. Yeah. Tokyo Joshi. 1.5 million. They got more money than Stardom? Jesus. Speaking out really fucked RevPro, huh? I mean, they were probably practically on life support to begin with once they got rated for NXT UK. Speaking out certainly didn't help, though. Didn't help the British Indies really in any way. Guess if you, I guess if, unless you think that Jimmy Havoc still has some name value to him. I think I saw a picture literally just today where I think he's got a day job, like a normal ass day job. I think he's a delivery driver. I saw a picture. It looked like that's what his gig is. It looks more official than something like, Uber Eats or DoorDash or something. But yeah, it looks like he works as a delivery driver for a food company. And is certainly not skinny anymore. He looked, based on what I saw, looked a little pudgy. Io Shirai and Becky Lynch. Oh, man. Dolph Ziggler versus Braun Strowman. Okay, well, Dolph Ziggler's getting destroyed. Naruki Doi's working DDT. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Doi left Dragon Gate. No, he's on a handshake from Dragon Gate. He's on a handshake from DDT, and he's on loan to Noah. That's insane to think about. Here we go. Yeah, I don't really care either way. It's weird how maybe it feels weird that I probably read more about what's going on in wrestling than I do actually watching wrestling. I really don't pay attention to WWE really anymore. I'll watch highlights of AEW because usually Dynamite's got something interesting going on. So there's at least that, but yeah. Adam Page has a damaged kneecap. Okay, well, few weeks to fully heal to continue to wrestle. Stardom is running Layla Hirsch versus Starlight Kid. Yeah, Layla was still technically in Stardom, I think, at the time. Do they still... See, they still have some of the people like Zoe Sky, who obviously went back when COVID was a thing, and Jamie Hayter. Let's see. La Rosa Negra. Wasn't she the one? She was the one, because she works Japan, if I remember right. Wasn't she the one who brought up... I think she was the one who brought up Tessa Blanchard saying racist stuff to her. I think that was her. Because I want to say it was like sometime in Japan or something like that. Let's see here. Not much else going on there. I think this is our IdolPro show now. Is it Thursday? Yep. All right. Why? They really seem determined to put me in a bigger venue than I need. I have 189 people expected. I still haven't fully sold out Shinkiba First Ring. I'm gonna do that because, I mean, that saves me $100. It's more important. It probably should be a hotbed. Krakow Hall's the hotbed, though, isn't it? Yeah. It saves me more money. I don't know why they're insistent on going to a bigger venue when I have not yet sold out the current one. But we're gonna get very close. I think we're actually closer to going to Tiny on Idolfight than we are Vertigo. All right. Let's do tag match. Run that. We're going to have former champ coming out. Curtain jerking with Honori Hana. Have I not made them? I haven't made them an official. I probably should do that because I think I'm going to team them up more than usual. Can I put that? I'll do that in a second. 15 is the current running time. Obviously, Mika Iwata is going to pick up the win. She is head and shoulders above pretty much everyone here. Yeah, open match, decisive win. Not much else to say, honestly. Book that segment. I need to make that. I think I need to make that a team. Let's just add that as a team because I think that's going to happen. Oh, no, it is a team. Oh, is it? Okay, so yeah, it's a unit. Okay. I'm not completely insane. I thought I was slightly insane, but I guess I was looking probably at the wrong thing. Derp. All right. Throw that in there. That one involves Mika and Michiko Miyagi. And you'll just stand there and look pretty, and she'll do most of the work. Does she do... She's got to do some... Okay, so she doesn't do a lot of menace. So we'll just keep using her... I might just use her microphone skills. It might be better. But push that open. Push that segment as a match between them. All right. Segment 3. It's another match. We've got... Let's exclude already booked because we've got Nodoka Tenma coming out to face Curie. This is going, I see 15 total. We're going Nodoka. We're going to go open because I think actually Curie's on a different, yeah, she's a 39 compared to Nodoka's 30. So she's on a slightly different level. So let's see. Yeah, open, decisive. That's about it right there. You know what? Just, I don't know if it's going to mean much, but where is it at? At ringside. We'll put her sister ringside. And throw that down. AC. Put that in. We have Nodoka and we have Yuki. Anything, just those two. 4 minutes. Charisma. Show off both the sisters. Supporting each other. There you go. Next one. There we go. We got 2 minutes for segment to show off Hanan. What was I going to book this on? I don't think it's going to be charisma. Fighting's not really. Maybe I should use her charisma. It's about the only realistic thing here. She's not going to be selling anything because the vignette's going to be pushing her a little bit. I could do the fighting with the Puro. Let me. Certainly not going to base it off sex appeal. Where is it? There we go. Where is it? Rated on fighting. Let's see here. 40% their fighting rating, 60% their popularity. Highest rating they have for brawling, Puro, or hardcore. So she's got Puro at 41. And that's going to be 40%. 60% is her popularity, which I don't think is high. It's better than I thought. Yeah, we'll run with it. Why not? I think we've got enough stuff to kind of keep it going. And I see 6-woman tag coming up next. We've got the champion Mei Saruga. And she's teaming up with Mari Koto. On the other side will be the Sleep Train Angels, as well as Miyako Matsumoto. Here we go. Now it's starting to look like a Tokyo Joshi show, or even a Stardom show. Well, no, I was gonna say a Stardom show, but half my matches aren't time limit draws, so can't quite be there. But Tokyo Joshi shows where I just throw people into tag matches and 6-man tags. If it was Stardom, every other match would be a time limit. We're putting nobody over. But we're burying nobody too. Yeah, the champion's gonna win. I feel like one of the, you know what? I'll let them pick. I think the game will have a better idea of who probably could take it and be fine. Not to mention you're losing to the champion, so it's not a big deal. There you go. And adding an angle. We've got that. Let's see. May Saruga is going to talk to the crowd real quick. Post-match to hype people up for the main event. She's ready for that. Oh, boy. It's Noah time. It's time for Hikari to start swinging. 3 minutes? Yep. All right. We got a three-way dance coming up. Hikari Noah taking on Ibuki Hoshi and Ruaka. There we go. We've got a 17-minute segment. Yeah, Hikari's going over. Should it even be open? I'll just let it go as it is. Decisive win. We'll do pinfall. We'll make sure that it comes in how it should. Actually, how much better is Ibuki Hoshi might be higher up than Hikari, honestly. Not that much. Raka, I don't think it's going to be that. Yeah, that's fine. Book that. We're good. Hey, you know what? I'll put that in as... There we go. Three-way dance. We've got post-match. Of course, we've got Hikari talking about the mystery person who was supposed to show up and face her. She wants to know. Risa Sarah's coming out. So we use her charisma. And I think Risa Sarah, we could use her charisma as well, right? I feel like her star quality might actually be the better idea. You know what? I think I might do that. I think I can do it off her. Yeah, I can do it off her star quality. Why not? Builds up the match. These two are fighting next month. All right. Female house fight coming up. I forgot that I haven't done this yet, but we're doing it now. Mirai Mayumi and Himika Arita. Here we go. And we're going 13 minutes. It's going to be an 11-minute match between the two. We're running. Oh, I didn't do the Victor. Whoops. Actually, not that. We're doing Mirai as the winner. We're going to do an open match. We're going to make it tainted because we need distraction finish. Actually, outside interference finish. Yeah. On Himika from, oh my God, I completely blanked. Marika Kobashi, that's what it was. Marika Kobashi. And she's going to be at ringside. So that makes sense that she would interfere. I think we're good there. Not really going to put Mirai over, but that's fine. Actually, you do want at least... Well, you know what? I'll leave it be. I think it'll be fine. So, of course, after that, we need Mirai's still out there. Himika's out there. Marika's out there. Saya's going to come out. And Camus going to come out as well. And we're going to get kind of a stare down between them. Let's use the charisma. Let's use her selling. Let's use her charisma and their charisma. Oh, Sayuri Namba's coming out to announce a match. So I'd say it's a minor success, at least with the people who are going to be involved in it. There we go. All right. One of the last angles we've got Momo coming out, and she's challenging Reika. So we got that 5 minutes of Momo calling out Reika. Reika comes out and accepts, and we've got a match for next month. Of course, we need our main event. Threw it in the pre-booking. Add it to the booking sheet. We'll just book it now, and I'll edit it so I don't have to worry about it. Here we go. Main event, Ram, Kaicho, Mio, Momono. 24 minutes. And I say we give this to Ram. Make it an open match. Decisive win. Should it be a decisive win? You know what? Maybe flash pinfall. And on top of that, let's keep Mio Momono strong. Because we're going to make her someone who probably should have won but didn't win. Okay, she'll go for that. Perfect. All right, final angle. Let me see here. Ram and May. Okay. Ram. May. Yeah, she'll come out just to be there. What can May be judged on? Popularity's one thing. Star qualities, not as much. Her charisma. You know what? We'll use her popularity. Why not? Overness, sorry. That's what it is. That is pretty much what it could be based on, right? Popularity. Let it be assessed only on his and her popularity. It means they're not doing anything at all. Primarily used with off-screen roles, angles, major factor in calculated contribution. Adjusted up or down based on the worker's current momentum. This type of rating is designed for short appearances. The angle goes from 1 to 4 minutes. The rating will start to decrease. All right. Cool. Well, it's only going to be like 2 minutes anyway, so that works. Builds up the title match. Hey, Toxic, how's it going? 15 segments. That's how much I got here. 131. 131. Everything's timed out okay. I think we're ready to roll. Cool. Booking analysis. Everything seems to be fine. Cool. All right. And I'm just making sure nothing else. All right, here we go. IdolPro's live stage 16. As we get yet another month here at Shinkiba. First ring, 182 people here. We've nearly filled the place out. We're getting closer and closer by the month. We got an exceptional opener here. The former champion Mika Iwata teaming with Honori Hana to take on Abaddon and Haruna Neko of Revelation. Exceptional enough match as Mika Iwata carried everybody. Abaddon held everybody up. But nonetheless, just under 13 minutes, Mika Iwata pins Abaddon with a spinning heel kick. So a strong showing by the former champion. Vertigo and Idol going. They're going pretty good. We're very close to being up to that first level of being tiny. And then things I think will start to open up for us, and that'll be nice. I've got a couple of plans. I've got a couple of plans to actually start broadcasting stuff, but we got to get to that point first. And I probably won't get to it until the end of the year, so We got 2 more months after this before we can really look into that. So Mika Iwata celebrates the win, then the lights shut off at Shinkiba, and then when it pops back on, Michiko Miyagi is in the ring. She has a microphone and says that she wants Mika Iwata next month at the major show. I don't know if I have the logo for it. I planned on doing that. I don't think I've done that yet. But we're setting up for a major show next month. I'll probably do a lot of the pre-booking right after this show's over. Hardest levels to play as a Canadian Fed. I wonder if actually... I feel like it should be India, just because there is no real India Fed. Or maybe Australia. I feel like a Canadian Fed, you're at least like... You can at least spread out to America, and you can like have a fair bit of spillover. But like, you know, in Japan, you stick in Japan. And I think same way with Australia, and I'm pretty sure India as well. The spillover is a lot worse. Nodoka Tenma here taking on Kyuri. She wants to prove herself in singles action. So she takes on Kyuri here. An exceptional match between the two. 53. That's one of our better matches that we've had here. Just under 13 and a half minutes. Nodoka grabs Kyuri's arms, hits the kill switch on her, and takes the win. Her sister, of course, ringside to cheer her on. Gets her into the ring. Nodoka grabs a mic, thanks her sister for her support. And, of course, they both thank the fans. And Nodoka wants to continue the challenges as a singles wrestler continuing. She wants to keep going and perhaps head towards the main event and into contention for the Royal Spirit Championship. We get a vignette, just a couple minute vignette here showing Hanan at a recent karate tournament that she was a part of, and showing off her skills in karate. As I'll say, she didn't exactly win, but she did extremely well, and shows off some of the highlights of the moves that she had performed at this karate tournament. Just sort of keeping her in the eye and showcasing her, and it went over kind of like a wet fart, but you know what? I don't think anything there's really that bad. There's a whole lot of nothing, honestly. But trying to rebuild her momentum at least a little bit. Let's see. Oh, Aussie or India, but the problem, people playing as Canada, people were added to the mod in 16 and up. If Canada set off most of the time. You know, that's one of the things I would say about Australia, but mostly India, is especially when a lot of conversions are happening. India, like nobody wrestles India. Like pretty much nobody has, like there's so few people I think that actually have India set. Do I have, no, I do not have Death Yamasan. You know what's funny? I don't know if you've been here for this, but I think just the previous month was the 5-star GP. And did she win 5-star? I think she won the 5-star Grand Prix. Or at the I can't remember if she won that, but she at the very least won the Cinderella tournament. And I think she's retiring soon. So I thought it was amazing to see Death Yamasan has won the Cinderella tournament in Stardom. I'm like, what? Man, they take that they take that seniority bit really seriously in here. Steiner and Chavo default run India and the Who. Okay. Death Yamasan would be a great partner for Abbott on. Yeah. I actually had another name in mind. That there's another name that I have in mind that I'd be excited to use because the person is an active wrestler and I can use them, but the gimmick is something they haven't used in a while. I don't even remember the last time they used it, but using an old ass gimmick. Oh, I wish I could remember the name. I'd have to look. Okay, that's when was the last time Okay, that was 4 years ago. Yeah, so it's been 4 years. There's a gimmick. There's a gimmick I would like to use. It's a very little known. I think because of the fact that it hasn't been used in 4 years, and the wrestler is only just now been getting prominence in the last couple years. It's probably a very little known gimmick unless you pay attention to Joshi, but nonetheless, let's see here. 6-woman tag coming out. The Royal Spirit champion, Daphne. I'm pretty sure Daphne's retired and old and pudgy. I'm pretty sure. I think she has an OnlyFans. I think Daphne legitimately has an OnlyFans. But you have to remember that this is like 2021 Daphne and not like 2010 Daphne that was in TNA. Do you think WWE are going to roll in Gigi Dolan? Wasn't that Priscilla Kelly? Is that who Gigi Dolan was? As far as ruining her, I hate to say I could really care all that much less. But yeah, I don't know if I care all that much about whether or not Gigi Dolan does well. Yeah. I don't know. Priscilla was always someone I was like, she was very take it or leave it with me. I mean, she's pretty okay, but I'm not like lighting the world on fire for me, so I hate to say I could really care less, but I honestly couldn't care all that much. I feel like I have a little bit more. I feel like I have a little bit more into what's her fucking name? Blair Davenport, I think is her name. Bea Priestley. I have a little bit more into how Bea Priestley does because I know she's pretty good, and I know she's done well for herself, especially towards the end of her Stardom run. So it'll be interesting to see how NXT UK uses her. Nonetheless, sorry. Mei Suruga teaming up with Mari Koto, Maria Takeda, and Mikoto Shindo, taking on Miyako Matsumoto and the Sleep Train Angels, Raku and Himawari Unagi. And they have a 6-woman tag here. Of course, it goes pretty much as you'd expect. 13.5 minutes. Mei Suruga hits the brain buster on Miyako Matsumoto, drops her on her dome piece, and gets the win. Unagi, the one. Wow, I would say I'm surprised, but I mean, May's good. The Marvelous Girls are honestly going to be good. Miyako's good because she's been around for like 15 years. Raku's been getting a lot better. And Unagi, you know what? This is before Himawari Unagi really started stepping up her game in the last year at Stardom. This is still like Tokyo Joshi Pro level Unagi. So she is really not great. This is fresh off of her injury, Unagi. So yeah, there's going to be some rehabilitation, I think, to do with her in-ring skills. Nonetheless, Mei Suruga and Mari Koto get the win. And Mei grabs a mic. She understands the main event of Ram versus Miyamoto. And she thanks the fans for their support. She looks forward to the main event and who she's going to be facing to defend the Royal Spirit Championship against next month at the big show. We've got Hikari Noa coming out. She's got her trusty kendo stick. And she's a bit irritated as she comes out. Of course, we had the mystery video last month saying that someone was coming. And she doesn't know who is supposed to be showing up. And she heard they're going to be showing up tonight. But she's got a match to worry about right now. So she plans on winning this match and then wants the mystery person to come out. And starts smacking the stick again and says whoever the hell it is will be catching a beat down by her trusty kendo stick. So we get a 3-way dance. Hikari Noa, Ibuki Hoshi, and Ruaka. Ruaka going out first, followed by Ibuki Hoshi. And Hikari Noa getting the win in just over 13 and a half minutes. Looks like Ruaka was the weak link, but she wasn't terrible. Just not as good as Hikari and Ibuki Hoshi. Nonetheless, Noah getting the win here as she once again grabs the stick and holds the hair of Ibuki Hoshi. She says she plans on beating the crap out of Hoshi with the stick if the mystery person doesn't come out. And Risa Sarah's music hits, and I completely misspelled that whole thing. Well, I just added an extra A. Oh, you can't even change it like you used to. Why did they take that part out? You know, that's probably got to be a pain in the ass, by the way. Just a side note, because I've seen some of the people do some of their diaries before where they will do the typing in this little area here. So that's got to be, I haven't really seen too much of it, but that's got to be a super pain in the ass for the people who used to write out their little diaries in this area, because there's not like a place to do it anymore. That sucks. Well, nonetheless, Risa Sarah comes out and stares her down. Hikari Noa is not the happiest person right now. She does look at least a little bit intimidated. Of course, all the scars on Risa Sarah's back will tell you just the battles that she's been through. And it looks like Hikari Noa will get to experience those same battles, as it looks like they'll be fighting next month. Idea for sightings, maybe Micah from Stardom. Yeah, Micah I think was definitely on the list of one of the first people that I wanted to get. More often than not, I don't really get a lot of the, besides like Hikari and the Bakuretsu sisters, I don't really get, I guess Raku as well, but a lot of them I usually get from Tokyo Joshi Pro or Stardom if they've left. Sometimes I'll do that, but I really try to keep it to like as few promotions as possible, but they keep getting signed by people. I think Hanan is literally the only person on my roster right now who is also signed to Stardom. Ice Ribbon or Oz. I mean, I've got a bunch of Ice Ribbon and not a ton of Oz people, but I got a bunch of Ice Ribbon people. Like Ram and Ibuki Hoshi and Curie, who I've shown. Banny, a few others, I think. Let's see. We've got a bit of a Joshi Haas fight here. Mirai Mayumi taking on Himeka Arita. It goes just over 11 minutes. Marika Kobashi was ringside. She ends up interfering, helping blind Himeka. It allows Mirai Mayumi to kick her in the stomach and hit her with a doctor bomb, which really has got to be the most impressive thing about this, because the doctor bomb is a sit-down gut-wrench power bomb. And to do a sit-down gut-wrench powerbomb to the Jumbo Princess is no small feat, and not something I would put in for a whole lot of Joshi. But Mirai Mayumi manages to do it, hits Himeka with the doctor bomb, and pins her. And Mirai taking the win. It was definitely tainted because of Marika, but nonetheless gets the 3. And of course, that's going to prompt Saya coming out to defend Mirai against Himeka and Marika. That also prompts Kamyu to come out to help defend Mirai and Marika as the strong kickers, as they're sort of arguing with each other and staring one another down. Sayuri Namba comes out with a piece of paper and says that the people in charge want to announce that next month they're going to settle the score between the strong kickers and Himeka and Saya. And it will be a tag team no escape cage match. And so all 4 women will be caged and with no escape. And Marika Kobashi will also be banned from ringside, so she will not be allowed to interfere in the match. Did Ayaka Hamada retire? I want to say she kind of unofficially did, because she was facing jail time. But I feel like that was reneged on quickly. I can't remember. I remember seeing something about it. Something along the lines of she definitely retired and then, well, maybe she wrestled another match or something like that. I'd have to look on Cage Match to see because, like I said, I knew she was, but yeah, she just wrestled last month. Well, she dropped a title, so maybe it's that. She hasn't wrestled much. That's all I knew, was that she planned on retirement because she was facing jail time, I think. But, yeah, I'm not sure. So nonetheless, we have the tag team match set up. And before the main event, we, of course, have Momo Watanabe coming out. The true ace comes out to confront Reika Saiki. Calls her out. Reika comes out. And Momo says that she is done dealing with Reika and her false claims of being an ace. And if she wants to put that muscle to good use, then she'll put it to use against her next month. And Reika accepts the challenge, and we will have Momo versus Reika next month. We do need a championship main event. And with that, we have Ram Kaicho taking on Mio Momono for the #1 contendership to the Royal Spirit Championship. An exceptional match, went just over 22 minutes, and looked like Mio was going to perhaps get the win, but Ram out of nowhere ends up rolling her up and has a surprise cradle and ends up getting the win. And Ram Kaicho will challenge Mei Suruga for the Royal Spirit Championship next month. And Ram grabs the mic from May. Or not May. Ram grabs the mic, has May come out. May comes out to the stage with the title around her waist. She says that the countdown has begun for Mei Suruga to lose her championship. And that at the next event is when she will be dropping it to the president, Ram Kaicho. And there we go. God damn. All right. I think Ram did an exceptional job. Let's see here. 52. You know what? Hikari Noa was just on fire tonight. So I'm going to kiss her ass. Himika did extremely well too. I'm trying to see who all did quite well. Could give it to May. Notica did well for herself too. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh God, I'm hearing muscle cars going out. Scene please, scene please, scene please. There you go. Hour and a half. That's not too bad. We're doing pretty good. We only got one show left. We're kind of hitting the marks I kind of wanted to hit. Of course, now there's a few segments missing from the next show, so it's gonna be probably take a little bit longer. But this gives me a good enough chance. Is he a DDT guy? A BJW. You know what? That makes sense. God. By the way, now that I see this, I think it's actually kind of funny how it's like broken by our friends at blurcat.com, where it actually is sort of blurring the line between TEW and WMMA by using the WMMA's canonized website that they use. That's kind of funny. I kind of like that. We'll go ahead, do that. We got 2 days until the next show. Still made some money. We'll see how it goes. Who's the champion in Vertigo? The champion in Vertigo is Tommy Mercer. And I need my water. I was thirsty. Hope I don't need too much right now. Let's see. Nothing. Matt Seidel, AR Fox, NXT UK team, Frustrated T-Money. Oh, you know what? I want to look again. All right, we've only lost $440 so far. We still have a whole week's worth left, 5,000. So that's what, $1,250. Probably gonna make another 1,700. So hey, we'll make like $1,300 this month. Not too bad considering there's about a, with this outlier out of the way, you know, it's an uptick of about $1,000 in workers. Of course, and we're not also paying the $1,000 for merchandise. So we're doing pretty okay. Sponsor, like I said, sponsors are a really big part of this. All right, and it's not too bad. Size-wise, we're a 16. We're right there. We are right there. What are we at here? 15. I don't think that's going to... It might go up to... it probably won't go up to 16 at the end of this month. I think it's probably gone as far as it's going to go. Sponsor-wise, though, we still have a couple more $1,000. Probably about $2,500 more dollars we're going to get. So... That's not too bad. I think we might get underneath it. 6,500. Well, I think I was probably paying a bonus, wasn't I? Yeah, 2,400 in bonuses and perks. Traveling combined with probably paying somebody off or something. Who the fuck did I book in September? Or what exactly? Who I booked in September was the people that I've been booking. Let's see. Not much. Stardom new team. You and Micah. Ooh. That'd probably be pretty good if you was around. There we go. Nothing really there. Oh, the extra 2,000. I think it was paying off pissed off people. I think there were people who I think there were probably a couple people who were upset, and so I made them happy by giving them bonuses because that's just how it tends to work. Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but obviously I pissed somebody off and I had to pay him off. Logan Square Auditorium. All right. I'm going to have to fill in a few blanks after this, but that's not too bad. I'm going to get like 5-6 segments in, and then at that point, I'm just going to have to make my own stuff. Oh, that's right. There were a couple local workers I was going to grab. Let's get a couple local workers in here. Let's see here. $30. Why not? Cool. And there you go. $30. Why not? There you go. I wonder if I should just grab them in general. Oh, no, that's fine. I understand. Usually if Okada or Panda were here, they would just be taking over the chat anyway with whatever nonsense they had going on. All right. We got Calvin Tankman and Trey Lamar. We're going to have Robert Anthony and Mark Sterling coming out. Menace. Charisma. I guess it won't really matter with them. Well, we'll kind of help them out here, but this is mostly Tankman and Lamar beating up on a veteran sort of unknown tag team. I would probably say not sort of unknown. They're probably it's a 5, and Robert Anthony has to have something, right? He's at least an 18. I was like, Robert Anthony's been around for quite a while. He's got to be. Robert Anthony and Mark Sterling. Here we've got Tankman and Lamar. There we go. You confused on why that's the tag champs? It's Red Dragon. They were a thing for a while. Okay, let's see. Tankman. We'll give it to Trey Lamar. I think he could use it. Now we won't do an open match, but we'll do a decisive win. That's about all I'm going to do. Tankman and Lamar win, and they do it decisively. There you go. Angle. Toss it in there. It's 4 minutes. Tim Donst is coming out. Mata wasn't around at the last one. So we do Charisma there. We do Menace there. Builds up an impromptu match. Throw that there. Here we go. Exclude already booked. Tim Donst. He's got his fighting boots on, like he said. Facing Mata. I see 16. And we'll give Tim Donst the victory. Open match. I don't know which way that'll go between them. Definitely a tainted win. I think that's just how I'll leave it. Definitely some cheating going on for Tim Donst to get a win. Yeah, Robert Anthony's Egotistico Fantastico. Yeah, he did a fair bit of work, I think, in the about 15 years ago here in Des Moines. One of the local promotions booked him quite a bit and made him their champion. Not as Robert Anthony, but as Egotistico Fantastico. I don't know if he was running that gimmick in CZW at that point. I think he was, because he wasn't Robert Anthony until later. Here we go. We got 2. We got Tim Donst running for his life from a pissed off Mata. Let's see here. He's gonna be Menace about that, and we'll use his charisma. He's charismatically running the hell away. I mean, that's, I think, the best I can really do. Honestly. Minor success, I think, kind of pushes both of them a little bit. Donst is a slimy heel, and Mata is a guy who really didn't lose clean, so. Let's see. All right, so at this time, I have the matches, but I'm still kind of just flying solo at this point. So we've got Mike Bailey. I haven't seen him in the last one. He's facing off against Jerome Daniels. So now we've got a bigger fish for Jerome Daniels to fry. It's going to go 14 minutes, though. And Mike Bailey is going to get the victory, though. We'll make it open. Why not? We'll make it competitive, I guess. We'll do, you know what? We'll do a flash pinfall. I'm trying to think, because I can kind of make it sort of decisive, because it's, I want to make it more of a thing that isn't really Mike Bailey's fault. I don't really want to punish him for it. Toryumon was a thing? Oh, yeah. I felt this like lump in my throat. I know I didn't just like swallow a bug or something, because I would have seen it, but now I got like a weird feeling in it. That's odd. We'll do a pinfall finish. We'll have a distraction. You know what? At ringside is Darius Lockhart. But there's a distraction from Daniels by Taylor Wyndham. I think it's the best way to kind of get around that, I think. All right. Tag match. Heath Miller's in action because Kyler Khan decided he wanted to try to mentor him. I like this gimmick already. Do I have okay, the self-help guru gimmick is poor, but I'm gonna make it work, goddammit. This shit's gonna work. Griff Garrison and JJ Garrett. And 13 minutes. Let's get Kyler Khan the win. I think that'll work. We won't do open match, but we'll do a decisive finish. I think that'll be good. Do you think Sasuke and Nagata would be a good stable or a tag? Maybe. I feel like their styles don't work too well together. Because, you know, Nagata's sort of a grounded, submission-based guy. Sasuke is sort of a... Even though he's older, he still does some, you know, more of a crazy flippy type guy. I don't think this match officially exists, if I remember right. No, there's stuff in here, but you know what? I'm going to do one-on-one. Max injury risk will be, let's do a low. Because it's just going to be a falls count anywhere. So I think I'm going to use the I Quit match and make a clone of it. Yeah, so we're going to copy the I Quit match because it gives me the same effect without the quitting. So falls count anywhere where only pins and submissions count, but count anywhere. 1 versus 1 low match prestige held in the ring. Entrances 1 fall. Injury risk low. Content risk low. Has name value. I don't know if I want to put name value to it. I mean, I guess it does. It's falls count anywhere. I mean, that kind of is something. There's a T. Oh, thank you. Basic match, not really. Setup, nothing officially set up. Submission, yes. Pinfall, yes. Do we want to do stoppage? I'll throw stoppage in there as a possibility. I think that's about it. Make sure most other things else are off. All right. There we go. Marty Martinez. Ryan Davidson. Falls count anywhere. And this is going for 24 minutes. Let's see. And we're getting Ryan Davidson the win. It's going to be an open match. Make it a decisive win, of course. I think we're good. All right. We'll keep him strong. Why not? Marty's kept strong. Figured in a match like this it'd be kind of obvious, but oh well. Marty, I think, is a legitimately pretty big dude too. Like, I think physically he's kind of a bigger dude, because he did wrestle a couple of like AEW dark matches, I think, last year, didn't he? I'm kind of surprised they didn't sign him for, you know, much of anything, because I think he really started getting himself in shape now that he's no longer injured. But he seemed like a physically impressive enough looking guy. And reset. Reset. There you go. In fact, default. There you go. That helps. Tag match. We've got the Tate twins defending against The End. No more running. Vertigo tag team titles. This is also going 24. And we're rolling this time with Pero. And we'll keep it open. Do we want to keep? Yeah, we'll keep it open. But a decisive win nonetheless. Thank you. I forgot all about that. Here we go. And that are the matches. 116 minutes. So now we just got to fill out the rest of this crap because I just didn't do that quite yet because I am lazy. So I should be at 116. It's a good amount of time already. I just got to fill out the rest with the angles here. So I think before this, we're going to have Darius Lockhart come out with Jerome Daniels. So Lockhart promo with Daniels about how he has found new life under his teaching and their movement. Oh, you know what? I didn't even hear that because I don't have my headphones officially on. So the background music I don't even hear. Under him, movement continues. Let's keep it 3 minutes. Why not? Charisma, and yeah, we'll use Jerome Daniels as charisma too. We'll have him say some stuff as well. There we go. So Taylor Wyndham comes out for them, and Taylor Wyndham and Darius Lockhart and Jerome Daniels. You have a list of guys you don't like to tell people you cheer for? I don't think I have a list of people that like people that I'd be ashamed to say that I cheer for. I don't think there's anyone that I'm officially ashamed to say that I cheer for. I can't think of it. Because like if I'm willing to admit that I sit here and cheer for like the stupidest Tokyo Joshi Pro characters around, I feel like at that point my dignity is honestly, pretty much gone for that anyway. Aries and Jimmy Havoc. That's one of the downsides to people being assholes but also being super talented is it's just like, God, if they weren't such assholes, they're so much fun in the ring, but then they have to be assholes outside of it. It's like Austin Aries is great. That match where he won the title, I think against Bobby Roode, is probably one of TNA's best like world title matches they've had. I think it was like Destination X 2012. The Aries Rude match is great. He's very talented. It's just, he's a dick. Then you get the moment where he immediately just stands up after that Bound for Glory thing with Johnny Impact. Yeah, I met David Starr at a show. Of course, he was nice, but that's because I'm also a 30-year-old man and not a young woman that he can hit on. So he probably would have been extra nice. Johnny, too many names. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Lockhart berates Wyndham as Wyndham leaves with his signs for protesting the match. So the whole thing was Taylor Wyndham just being an asshole, and he's protesting Jerome Daniels' match. We'll use his selling. I guess minor successes here. Just on those two, at least. Oh, whoops. Too far. All right, Heath Miller and Kyler Khan. Imagine is Bo Rotunda returned as the Bo Lever, like a face version of the Fiend. Oh my God. All right, so we've got Heath Miller and Kyler Khan. Khan talks to Heath about reading his book and wants to mentor Heath to success. I think this is also another great gimmick. Honestly, this might be another one of my favorite gimmicks I've come up with on the fly. Is Kyler Khan writing a book and being a self-help guru and wanting to mentor someone who was in the WWE for 10 years. All because he lost one of his big matches. There we go. Let's see here. Heath Miller. Well, you know what? I think I've done enough probably for that, yeah. Charisma doesn't mean talking. I suggest doing entertainment. Oh, because I've always done charisma and it's always done well. What do they consider? What does the game consider charisma? It's not on the microphone, but it's interacting with the crowd. Okay. See, I've always used charisma instead of just straight microphone. Okay, straight interview. Okay, so entertainment is supposed to be kind of what that is. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? Why not? It's gonna suck. Usually if it's just straight charisma, it does a lot better than if I'm doing entertainment. Because I think a lot of the, you know why I think I've done that is I think a lot of the entertainment relies on them being fairly popular too. I think if I just do charisma, well, no, it's still based on that, but charisma rating adjusted by comparing it to their sex appeal, acting, and star quality. Entertainment is a mix. It's usually a mix of microphone and charisma, right? Let me see. Mix of microphone and charisma. Ratio could be up to 70-30 in either direction. Okay. Further adjusted by comparing to their acting, sex appeal, star quality. All right. I mean, it makes the most sense, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Script entertainment. You know what? I think I've done pretty okay with them, honestly, with that. I think it'll be okay. I'll let them drown if possible. If necessary. I think Kyler Khan probably would need a script, but I feel like Heath would not be too good about that. I think he can help carry it. I'll take a chance here. I usually do not too terrible at this, so we'll keep that going. Wait, there's a Maki. Someone made a Maki Ito emote. I mean, I guess it makes sense. And the fact that none of the people that I would consider just by the name before it, none of the people that I would consider being the person who would make it. It's like I don't recognize the name. So it doesn't seem like someone who I would assume it should be. We need Marty Martinez, Ryan Davidson. I wonder if we shouldn't have we could probably throw in other stuff not quite related to it. I think we could do a post with Marty and Ryan. Ryan slowly gets up and shambles away as docs tend to Marty. Just 2 minutes. Selling, I guess, for both of them. One's dead, one's almost dead. Neutral, I'd say minor success for Davidson. He was able to get up and walk away. Oh, God. Felt like I had to sneeze there for a second. Ooh. Let's see. Something before Tate Twins in the end. What if we did, you know what? I'm going to, oh, Jesus, I just put the end. Odinson, Pero, Brandon Tate, Brent Tate. AR Fox, I think, is going to be there because he's got to be there to answer for last event. So the end hype themselves up in locker room, hype themselves up. You know what? Backstage as Fox pep talks Tate Twins. So like what, 60 seconds each? All right. What would menace? What could that be? Intimidation factor only. It might work. They're hyping themselves up. They're just flexing and screaming and everything else. So why not? We'll let AR Fox talk for them. They're not the greatest at it, but kind of sets it up for the main event. Anderson versus Dev for the world title. Hey, you know what? That sounds like something that probably could have had an actual nice story to it. I could see that. All right. So final shot, of course, Odinson, Pero. So the end, get up and celebrate after celebrate their win with their new titles. 2 minutes at the end, why not? Charisma, I think. Selling, they could sell the match. I bet you. You know what? I'll let them use their charisma. Selling and probably selling the match might be another thing too, but I think charisma might work out a little bit better. Neither one of them work amazingly, but that's all right. You know what? I feel like if anything is going to get that higher level of success, it's winning a title at the main event of the show. All right, so I've got 130 minutes. I still got about 7% leeway here. And I got a couple things to throw in there. So we'll do Tommy Mercer, AR Fox. They should open up the show, I think. Mercer out. Wants to fight Fox. Fox out to say that he wants to fight 2. but only for the title. There we go. You know what? I think 5 minutes. 5 minutes is probably good enough. Microphone, entertainment. I guess entertainment there too. Yeah, minor success, minor success. I got a Steam notification. Go away, please. Go away. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're going to open the show with that. I feel like his right as the champion. I know there's like a better way, I think, to kind of do it over here somewhere. Placement mode. But like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of how placement mode works on this. Ugh. I mean, that kind of works, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. 2014 in your save? Okay. All right, let's see. What else can I could definitely squeeze a couple little angles right in between here. So what other things am I looking for that I maybe have missed? Things I want to put in there. All right, so we have the Chris Dickinson Effie thing we haven't done yet. So I wonder if we should do something along those lines. Dickinson. Oh, how about this? Video shows Dickinson at dark building. He believes Effie. I didn't book that. I didn't book them to fight next time, did I? No, okay. I think I pretty much got all the normal stuff I was supposed to get that I actually put in there. So I think I'm good with that. I haven't officially made any sort of match between this two. I think it's strange that who said Billy Stark says 23 when she says like 16. They just might be damage control, so nothing creepy can happen. He had AZM at her real age for the longest and a bunch of other little Joshis. Wait, what? Oh, the Who has... Oh, the Who made someone older? Why? Like, yeah, especially with like Azumi. Like, yeah, she just turned 18. Is that... Oh, okay. So nothing creepy. Well, I think they just changed that, didn't they? Well, I guess they didn't exactly. No, they did that for Pro Wrestling Sim. I don't think anything too bad would happen. I don't know. Nothing happened when I had Azumi showing up every week at Hawkeye Pro at 17 years old. Let's see here. Dark building. He believes Effie. His eyes in. We'll just put that. We'll put it as something. Put it as something different. We'll do off screen. We're gonna use his entertainment. Minor successes here. Here we go. Throw that in there. All right, there's still plenty of time, sort of. And not plenty of time, but there's still a couple more minutes to use somebody I haven't used 100%. I haven't used Eric Cannon since August. There's some September people I haven't used. JT Dunn is probably one of the guys I should use. Wheeler Yuta, maybe. JT Dunn is someone I should probably use. I should probably keep him in there. JT Dunn. We'll use his. I think I can use his charisma on it. Why not? JT done. Vignette. Shows him training. Should he train with someone? I could probably have him train with somebody. With coaches. Whoops. Kolaches. Training with coaches. And perfecting. Oh my God. Can I not? Can I not? Do I have enough space? I do. There we go. 2 minutes. All right, 75%. Perfect. Book it. We're done. Well, it's still going to hit about the 2.5 hour mark, I think, but nonetheless. 142 minutes. Boy, can I not wait to just start doing TV tapings, because I almost feel like compartmentalizing things into like hour-long shows will make things a little bit better. And then I could just compartmentalize things into TV tapings rather than all of this. I don't know. Maybe it'll make things worse. Who knows? I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Nonetheless, I think we're ready to go. All right. Black Label Volume 18. 128 people here in Chicago at Logan Square Auditorium. And we get the world champion, Tommy Mercer, coming out, facing against AR Fox. And Mercer wants to fight AR Fox after his attack at the end of the last show. Fox comes out, but he doesn't get in the ring as Mercer's telling him to get in. And Fox says he wants to fight too, but he does not plan on being anywhere near Tommy Mercer yet until he can fight him for the championship. So Fox calling a shot here, saying he'd love to fight Tommy Mercer, but only if he puts that title on the line against him in a rematch. How hard is Dragon Gate to book? Like, what's their style? Kind of the same as New Japan. Except I would say it's sort of the same as New Japan style with a lot of tag, and yeah. Except I was gonna say, except for they are much heavier on the stables. Like it is stable city over there. Like New Japan does that but like, you know, you feel like maybe Chaos feels a bit disjointed. You know, obviously Bullet Club, everyone seems to fly the same flag, and like Suzuki Gun's still a thing, and like Los Ingobernables for the most part. Like it's very much big stable wars. It's like that. Like when RED comes out, of course now I think they changed so many different things up, but like when RED comes out, you know who RED is. You know, they all kind of almost wear the same colors and the same everything like that. That's always been nice about their stables. Like when the Jimmies came out, they all had their different little gimmicks and stuff, but you knew that they were the Jimmies. And like when Mad Blanky did that, you knew that they were Mad Blanky. It was very nice with that. So yeah, it's very nice because just everyone's on teams, and everyone's in a stable, and it's pretty big. Yeah, and even, as they say, Dragon Gate's all big stables. No one's a single star. Everyone's representing someone. And that is the thing, too. Like, even with Yamato, as big as when Yamato was the Dreamgate champion, he was still the Dreamgate champion representing Tribe Vanguard. When Ada was the Bravegate champion, sure, Ada deserved it, and he was the Bravegate champion, but he was the Bravegate champion as the leader of RED. So yeah, it's kind of nice with that, and everyone sort of has their own roles within the stables. They have their own things. But yeah, it's kind of like when like Suzuki would win and they'd, you know, fly the Suzuki flag, or like, yeah, or like when Kenny Omega won the G1 and they're flying the Bullet Club flag. Like everybody feels like that. Like imagine instead of just Kenny Omega is the G1 winner, it's Kenny Omega on behalf of the Bullet Club won. That's kind of how it feels. Sorry, Tank and Lamar come out. I completely got way off track with that. I really like Dragon Gate. I haven't watched Dragon Gate in a while. I really need to. I think they did their Dead or Alive show recently, but the Dead or Alive match is much different than it was like 5 years ago. Like when I started watching it like 6-7 years ago, I really liked the Dead or Alive match. It's much different now than it used to be, but it's still pretty fun. Ray, can you watch Dragon Gate? I think they have illegally. I think they do have a streaming service. There's like a 2-tier streaming service, I think, with them. They have like a $10 one and a $15 one, but they still charge for pay-per-views, I think. Kind of like how Stardom does. Like Stardom has their own like, hey, 900 yen service, but they still have like half, like 4 to 6 like $30 pay-per-views. Yeah, illegally. You know, yeah, I would say that's how I got into Dragon Gate, was finding out when a show was, and then finding the people who will show it. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. Because for the longest time, there just wasn't a way for anyone in the West to really watch their shows unless they just wanted to buy a pay-per-view. Because everything's owned, I think, a lot of their stuff is owned by Gaora. So just because of the way TV companies work in Japan, like so much of that stuff ends up being owned by like the TV companies. So it's really hard to actually watch it. Like when Stardom does their pay-per-views, like it's hard to actually eventually they have to wait to actually put it on Stardom World because that shit is owned mostly by the TV companies that are showing it. If I remember right, Dragon Gate is like that. They're pretty much fully owned by it's kind of like with Impact being owned by what is it, Fight Network, or whoever owns Fight Network, the Anthem. It's kind of like that, but like, yeah. Isn't Evolve Dragon Gate USA? Kind of, sort of. It's the same booker, I think. But yeah, it's like it's supposed to have the same feel as Dragon Gate USA, but they don't have any affiliation with Dragon Gate. And it's the guy it's like the guy who was the booker for it. So it's like Dragon Gate USA, but not. It's kind of, you know what it is? It's kind of like EA Sports' when they're coming out with EA Sports College Football. They're coming out with a new NCAA football game, but it's not NCAA football because they're not using the NCAA name. That's probably how I would say it. Sorry, I got way off tangent. I am sorry. I keep getting off on tangents here. Tatum and Lamar come out. They call any team to face them. Robert Anthony and Mark Sterling come out and they respond. And so we have ourselves a bit of an impromptu match as the challenge was thrown down here. And let's see here. Anthony and Mark Sterling did about as well as I'd assume. I bet you I could probably get both of them to wrestle. But yeah, they both have worked in the Midwest and the Great Lakes for a while here. Good wrestling, decent reaction, of course. Tankman and Lamar, just over 13 minutes. Trey Lamar actually submits Robert Anthony and gets the win for them. Calvin Tankman kind of carrying the whole match there. Why are all the belts open the blank gate? Yeah, that's just how they do it. You know, it's like a naming convention. Kind of like how Stardom's is the blank of Stardom. So it's like the world of Stardom, the artist of Stardom. And like with Tokyo Joshi Pro, it's like the Princess of Princess Champions, the the International Princess Champion. Yeah, it's just a naming convention, I guess. That's Japanese promotions are kind of weird about that. But that's what kind of makes them unique. Tim Donst, he said last week that he was going to be looking for a fight. And he's got his fighting pants on. And, of course, Mada Abdel Hamid comes out. He wasn't at the last show, but he's been running roughshod on people. And he is also looking for a fight and is deciding that he's going to get at Tim Donst. He needs bigger fish to take on, and Donst is that guy. They go just under 14 minutes. Mata looked like he was really beating up on Tim Donst a little bit there, but as he was perhaps looking to something on the ropes or on the corner, Tim Donst kind of crawls over, rolls him up, grabs a handful of tights, and manages to get a cradle in on him. And Tim Donst gets a roll-up victory on Mata. And a surprising win there by Donst, and Mata is beside himself. He's incensed at it, kicking the ropes and telling Donst to come back in as Donst is heading for backstage and possibly out of the building, as Mata's very upset about that. And we got Darius Lockhart coming out with Jerome Daniels. They have yet another match. And Darius once again preaching about the newfound life that Jerome Daniels has found underneath of him. And Lockhart says that he is truly a revolutionary, and he's proving it with a disciple of his like Jerome Daniels. And the movement of the revolutionary Darius Lockhart will continue. And the movement goes on. And we get Mike Bailey taking on Jerome Daniels this time. Superb wrestling. It goes just under 12 minutes. And at the time, towards the end of the match, we had Taylor Wyndham coming out. He had signs. He had a bullhorn, a megaphone, as he's coming out and talking all sorts of crazy and protesting the match. He's not a big fan of the protesting the match here, as he's talking about the radicalization of Project Vertigo Wrestling, as he's not going to allow this promotion to get drugged down into the abyss with all the radicalization. And part of it is involves, of course, protesting this match. And that distracts him as he gets into Darius Lockhart's face. And they argue. Jerome Daniels gets distracted just long enough to have Mike Bailey come back at him, hit him with the shooting star knee drop, and Mike Bailey gets the win over Jerome Daniels. Mike Bailey gets his hand raised. Lockhart is very upset and berates him as Wyndham starts walking to the back with his signs and his megaphone. Jerome Daniels sitting there with him, look like they want to beat him up as he continues protesting the match. And does a little bit of a celebration with the bullhorn, as Lockhart and Daniels are severely upset. How's it going, Papa John's? Boy, what a perfect timing for someone named Papa John to show up. What great timing. Let's see here. Heath Miller is in the back, and Kyler Khan is back there, and he asks Heath Miller, of course, if he started reading his book. He says he doesn't really need the help as far as his career goes. He spent 10 years in the WWE, and he feels like someone like Kyler Khan trying to talk down to him is quite insulting. And Kyler Khan says, well, you're not working for them anymore, and you're here. And of course, he wants to help lead Heath Miller to success. He wants to mentor him. And all he has to do is read his book, but on top of that, he personally wants to give him life advice to reach the top once again and get back into the big show. And that will take us to our next matchup as they come out here. They face Griff Garrison and JJ Garrett. Decent enough little match between them. Let's see here. Garrison was one of the guys. Let's see. Heath Miller was sort of pulling everyone around here. But let's see, just under 11 minutes, and Heath Miller getting the better of Garrison and Garrett. But Kyler Khan comes in, tags himself in, hits JJ Garrett with a moonsault, and gets the win as Miller and Kyler Khan keep rolling with it. I heard Big Show, yeah. I figured as much. But there you go. Heath Miller and Kyler Khan successful. Of course, Miller seems a bit annoyed at just even teaming with Khan. We get a video seemingly in this, maybe this industrial park or wherever it might be. Sort of not a very well-lit place, very sketchy looking place. And Chris Dickinson's got his tank top on and his hat backwards and parks his car as he approaches a darkened building that he believes he's heard that Effie resides in right now. Kicks down the door and he starts walking through the building looking for Effie. Got a flashlight with him to try to find him. Turns some lights on though and starts looking through some of this. And it seems like there's some signs that Effie was here, including some notes scribbled about just the mental demise that Effie has been going through. And Dickinson takes a couple and ends up leaving in his car as he finds no signs of Effie himself. And we will leave it. Looks like it's going to be left at that. We go to another video, though, with JT Dunn as he's been working hard in the gym after his big loss that he took. And he's training with coaches. He's doing a lot of MMA style training. And then most importantly, hitting that heavy bag and perfecting his elbow strikes in preparation for coming back into Vertigo better than ever. We got a Falls Count Anywhere match. Marty Martinez and Ryan Davidson. It's come to a boil. The rivalry between them. And, of course, anywhere in the building, anywhere, I guess not even in the building, but just anywhere in general, these guys brawl all over the building. Eventually leads to Ryan Davidson climbing up and hitting a frog splash on Marty Martinez through a table backstage somewhere and gets the pin just under 22 minutes. And Ryan Davidson with a win over Marty Martinez gets his revenge in the Falls Count Anywhere match. And these guys have been beaten up and battered over the last 20 plus minutes. And so we got Ryan Davidson slowly kind of working his way up. He's clearly quite messed up from the frog splash, his elbow, his leg, as he's sort of just shambling away. And Marty's still not up as referees and a couple doctors are tending to Marty after the match. But we still have a main event to get to. By the way, thanks for the host. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the kind words as well. We are here getting ready for the main event, but first we go just backstage real quick. Each team with a minute to hype themselves up at the end. Hyping themselves up by just sort of smacking each other and screaming and flexing at each other as these guys are in the zone for their tag title match. The Tate twins look none too happy that they even have to do this, but AR Fox is there to talk to them and give them a pep talk. Says he's not going out there with them. He doesn't want to chance it in case Tommy Mercer wants to attack him. But he believes in the Tate twins, and he thinks that they can continue to defend the title against Odinson and Pero. We go to the main event, the Tate twins defending against the End. Superb Wrestling, decent reaction, goes 21 and a half minutes. It was not to be, as the Tate twins held on for as long as they could. But eventually Brett Tate gets powerbombed by Pero. And they get the 3, and the End get the win and are the new Vertigo Tag Team Champions with the win here in Chicago. And they get up and they celebrate. They're handed the tag titles by the referee, and they celebrate as the show ends, slapping hands with the fans. And that is how we end it. So there we go. First, Odinson, Pero. They're going to be told that they're awesome. I won't praise them for their performance because they didn't do amazingly. I'm thinking Mike Bailey deserves some praise for that. Seemed pleased, and was pleased. There you go. All right. Finally, 2.5 hours. Jesus Christ. You know what's great, though, about my new internet is it's going to take like 5 minutes to upload. It's going to take forever to actually... it's going to take forever to like process through YouTube. Like it's going to take a while, but it's going to take like 5 minutes to upload. I'm not used to that. Chronic shoulder pain. Okay, that's whatever. Someone want a raise? Someone wants a raise. Okay, she doesn't want a raise. Starting without Rena. Ah. I was sitting here wondering if I was gonna get, because they had one of the sisters leave. I wonder if they were gonna have a second sister leave. I could team them up. I'd have the ultimate job team. Listen, you're both 14. You're gonna be jobbing until you're 18. Then we'll reevaluate what we're gonna do with you at that point. Trust me, you're either going to be pin eaters in Stardom or pin eaters here. Either way, you're going to be pin eaters. All right. All Japan Hall of Fame announcements. Bobby Lashley went babyface. Alexandra quit CMLL. She walks out on the deal right after she extended it too. She extended it in July and she walks out over what, pay dispute probably. An explosive expert. It's exit. It's sketchy. Well, she's still working for like 3 other people. She's still working part of that WWN, that Worldwide Wrestling Network series of things. Yuna's back in best possible physical shape. I do like how it says possible physical shape. She's doing fine. She's doing as fine as she can. All right. I can't say too much. I'm an out of shape person myself, and she can actually do cartwheels. Oh my God, are we actually going to make money? Are we going to make money? We're going to make money. It doesn't happen too often where both companies will actually make some money. Would you say Marufuji is underrated? To Western fans, maybe, just because a lot of them might not know who Marufuji is. I've seen a few Marufuji matches, and I think he's very good. The one Marufuji match I've actually seen live, though, wasn't. It was kind of almost a comedy match. That was what was it? The Noah show that I went to was him versus Muda. That was fun, but of course, Muda is so freaking old and can barely move, so it was a lot of just missed spots and other stuff. Engage. Chris Bay's out injured. Ooh, swollen action for a few weeks. That's not too bad. All right. New champion in Impact. What is it? Oh, Jordan Grace. Okay, whatever. Okay. Boom. You know, it really feels like Jordan Grace's stock has fallen tremendously ever since like All In. Like she had kind of that big spot, and that landed her a nice spot in Impact. But then once other people started coming in, they started like, I guess, from what I've seen, it looks like they're more interested in, Diona and Susan and, Rosemary, which I could see. Then again, I don't know too much about what she's doing right now. Who were the WWE champions at the time? I'll take a look at that in a second. I'm just kind of looking. I at least want to make sure I get to the end of the month, because I'm already at 2.5 hours. 12:19. I need to go sleep. I need to also delete the match timing, all the stuff over here. Sorry, give me a second. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. It's not like there's a ton of people here, but mention it again. I had the idea of running a second show each month, but you know, they usually run them in like pairs. So maybe like the night before a big show, the day before, I just run like a little hour to hour and a half pop-up show that doesn't really mean anything, using the people in IdolPro that are mostly exclusive, and then maybe people who aren't exclusive with me that you know, are happen to be there. Escape. Hinano unhappy. Wait, why is she's retired, but she should be completely out of the business at this point? Why is she even here? You know, if the game won't allow me to put CM Punk back into active, can I take someone out completely out of the business for people who are clearly out of the business? It's amazing to me that like this, like at least he was still working for Backstage at the time, but I'm like, Punk's completely out of the business in this. Hinano, who completely is out of the business, but is still just considered a normal retired wrestler. But then again, there are a couple others that I'm kind of glad they aren't considered completely out, because I might try to get him back in. Matt Riddle gets a swell on. Oh, daily workouts. Okay, whatever. Miyuki Takase, stained bruised buttocks. She's marvelous. I think I'm at IdolPro. I'll shortlist her because I don't know why I didn't shortlist her in the first place. Let's get to Sunday. Plus, it's probably a good time to look at the WWE champions after what I assume will be the pay-per-view on Sunday. I don't know when exactly the pay-per-view is, but we'll see. Ooh, it's Halloween. Nothing really here. Cool. We can just zip right on past that. You're not asking for anything. Oh, my balls are sweaty. My balls was hot. They are definitely hot. Jesus Christ. Sitting in this chair for the last 3 hours. You can feel like the back of my legs are also sweating too, just from sitting here. It's just gross. All right, we're officially on Monday. We're officially in November. Stardom's gonna take Dash Chisako. Oz is okay. That's fine. Oz is one thing. Stardom taking Dash is interesting to say the least. I wonder if that'll happen now that Mako is. Well, no, they'll probably. Dash is probably not one of the people they'll take if Stardom's gonna start stealing people from Sendai, because they've only stolen like one person right now, right? I'm trying to remember if there's any other Sendai girls they've outright stolen, and even then with Miyagi, she wasn't there that long. New Team and Oz. Diona Purrazzo bails on CZ. She was signed by CZW. AR Fox wows fans at CZW. More people come from Oz. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Make sure there's nothing going on. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got guys like Shelton and Ciampa leaving WWE. All right. Let's see. $1,500 made. Very nice. Oh, and we're working on the merchandise. I forgot about that. So we got what, 2 more weeks left on that? Yeah, we got 2 more weeks left on that, and we go to level 3 with IdolPro. So that'll be nice. So we'll make even more money. And we made $1,100 here from them. Yeah, there was a nice little uptick in... we didn't even pay any bonuses. That was just... We were spending a lot of money on the women who were here. Jesus. All right. Yeah. 5,000. Uh-oh. We're technically making less than what we just made last month. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to figure out what's wrong with that. And how I can continue to make more money. Financially here, 7,900. It's kind of the same. But... yeah, I'm thinking about adding a second show, even if it's just a smaller show for IdolPro. Give people a little bit extra work in. And I think it'll probably be a lot cheaper because, like I said, I'm only going to do like an hour or so. Let's see. The tag titles, did they go up in prestige? They're still kind of where they're at. And the prestige theirs is okay. So nonetheless, I guess we'll take a look at the WWE champs right now. I don't really want to go through everybody right this second, but let's see. McIntyre, Universal Champ Finn Balor, Matt Riddle 24/7 champ, Joe's the Intercontinental champ, Dawkins and Ford, Asuka's the women's champ, SmackDown tag champs Miz and Morrison, Charlotte Flair the SmackDown women's champ, Lashley the US champ. Carmella and Dana Brooke are the women's tag champs. Money in the Bank happened, right? Oh, that was back in May. That was Charlotte and Braun Strowman. So, Royal Rumble will come up at some point. I'll take a look at NXT real quick. Keith Lee, NXT champion. El Hijo del Fantasma, Cruiserweight. Jordan Devlin, North American. Isaiah Scott and Drake Maverick are the NXT tag champs, and Chelsea Green is the women's champ. Well, there you go. Either way, got some stuff set up for next month. Oh, I think I have it. Let me do this real quick. Events and TV, because I am doing a new event. God, I hope it's here. Tell me it's here. There it is. IdolPro. So this is the name of the event next month here. When are we going to do it? We're going to do it Thursday, week 4. So there you go. Thursday, week 4, November. Should we keep it 2 hour? We'll keep it a 2-hour show. We'll make it annual, I guess. Active, ticket pricing, very cheap. Intent is normal. I think everything else is pretty good. We'll hire a local band. You know what? We'll hire a local band for this. So our special event this month that we're booking towards is Tokyo's Most Wanted. I'm expecting to make it more of a maybe not quite hardcore, but definitely a little bit more violent than I think some of the other ones, but still one of our big shows to run. So I'm excited for that because we've only had like one non-live stage show. So finally adding something to it besides just Shining Stage is nice. So all right. Well, once again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. That'll be at the end of the month. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you as well. Feel free to continue to watch. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.